find you a bucky.
It's not a bucket. It's a Hilux.
It is iDiskiTV powered by World Sports Betting. It is iDiskiTimes.co.za. It's South Africa, where Cape Town City was relegated. Congratulations to the two promoted teams. Durban City, who have already fired their coach. Osimo Dladla, or they've parted ways, or the contract was already ending. And also congratulations to Orbit College. We were watching earlier today. Most people, or many people in the Northwest, in Rustenburg, coming to support the team as well. We hope that will continue as well into the new season. Well done. They have a 43-year-old Batsi playing for them as well, the Orbit College. So well done. Cape Town City, that was your fault. I watched all of those games. That was on you. Let's talk about Sipho Mbule being signed by Orlando Pirates, announced. Interestingly, Mike McCabe told everyone in South Africa that Sipho Mbule was offered to Kaizer Chiefs. That's number one.
Yeah.
So that there's no propaganda about these players don't want to sign for us. They just want more money for us. You know, always social media propaganda to make your team look good. When they don't get a signing, to say they don't want to sign for us, they prefer Sundowns, stuff like that.
Yeah.
I thought that was a masterstroke to say that we have offered this player to Kaizer Chiefs. Kind of apologized later, but it was a good thing so that the public knows. What we did not know was that he was also talking to Orlando Pirates. What do you think about his move?
Nkulego shop kunjani?
Yes, sir.
Ngulisi technical director ne chairman ngara ngulisi
Yes, sir.
Justa.
Yes, sir.
Nkulego, please allow me the opportunity to say congratulations to Orbit College. Congratulations to Coach Pogiso. An incredible maximalist, a purist, a coach that I'm so happy Nkulego, that the Orbit qualified. And I'll tell you why I'm sorry to be this.
Sure.
It's because it's a team that believed in that system. They never changed how they played. Yes, in the first season, Nkulego, they won the league, went to NFD. But in the NFD, Nkulego, they played the same way. They didn't get the qualification to go to the PSL, but they kept believing. This season, what they did, they brought in experienced players. And congratulations, football is back in Northwest, which is an incredible thing. I know the people there love football. The stadium in Royal Bafokeng, I don't know even when the last time we saw that stadium.
That was Platinum Stars.
Yeah.
They were playing at the Olympia Stadium today.
Yeah.
I think there's going to be a problem there because there was no possibility of a football being played. It's bumpy, and there's also the other stand as well. That I don't think it's fit enough for people to sit there. So they might actually have to go to Royal Bafokeng.
Yeah.
And it will be too big for them because, of course,
World Cup stadium.
It's a World Cup stadium, and they're a small team. Unless the municipality can help them to fix the Olympia Stadium, because it looks like that's where the people can be. Because today it was beautiful.
Wow.
Because thousands and thousands of people were there. But there's a problem there. I think it's a disaster waiting to happen because the other stand, if people sit there, I think it might just fall because it's rusted. But anyways, well done to the team. They deserve it because the playoffs are unfair. Every year, the Premiership team stays. Unless maybe the players are fighting with their own team, they didn't get bonuses. I kind of looked at the Cape Town City players and thought to myself, maybe they are revolting against their leadership. It's not because Orbit was superior to them when I saw them. I thought that maybe they just have their own issues. But anyhow, Mbule to Orlando Pirates.
Yeah, Nkulego, a very interesting dynamic Mike McCabe yenzile by offering him to Chiefs. But to be honest with you, with the Chiefs issue, I think the Chiefs has a lot of things that they need to sort out, more especially with where they are in their construction phase. I think they need to solidify dressing room. Bringing Mbule, I think their thinking was he was going to destabilize the team. They don't need, at the moment, a player that's going to cause problems in that football club. But with regards to Orlando Pirates, I think in this country there's a reason why he broke the internet. Generational talent, talent-wise, I don't think Mbule, we can question him.
There's not even a need to talk about his talent.
No, nobody needs to
He's the most talented midfielder, the one who doesn't go on the field.
Yeah.
But he's the most talented. There's no midfielder who's more talented than him. Although Tebogo Mokoena is the most important midfielder in the country.
Yeah, Nkulego,
but in terms of talent, Mbule is more talented. It's just that he doesn't get to work, unfortunately.
Nkulego, there's two ways to look at this. If it works, he's going to get godlike treatment. There's players in this country that have received that treatment. At Dr. Kumalo, at Tembinkosi Lodge, at Teko Modise, just to mention a few. If it works, he will get that treatment. Nkulego. The fans will give him the love. South Africa, he will always be on the headlines every single game he plays. This is a player we are talking about, a player who he says he's got the potential of winning a player of the season twice. In terms of potential, this boy is exceptional. But one thing that he needs to understand, successful football players, successful people just in life in general, have consistency and professionalism. And those are the two things he doesn't have, unfortunately.
Yeah,
It's not
so far.
So far, unfortunately, with what we've seen. Lack of professionalism. The boy needs to understand that he's so lucky. The people, the most talented.
In fact, we were talking
Yeah.
about this. Sorry to break your thought, but we discussed this 3 or 4 months ago. We were debating it. And I gambled and I said, one big team is going to give him one last chance.
Yeah, you did.
One big team is going to, because I was just hoping, I didn't know. I was just hoping one big team is going to give him one chance. And it was either a swing between Chiefs or Pirates. And we were discussing it.
Yeah.
We're discussing the risks that come with it. Maybe let's talk about that.
And
for Pirates, they are taking a risk on a player who's already talented.
Yeah.
But it can also go wrong as well. Let's talk about that.
You know what, Nkulego? I just feel like Orlando Pirates doesn't make these signings. This is not an Orlando Pirates signing because the club makes stars. They don't normally sign stars. But I feel like this is a Prasten signing, in my opinion. I think this is a signing that Prasten would have made. It's the type of player that he wants. Orlando Pirates, Kaizer Chiefs have never had a general in over 10 years, in my opinion. He's the player. The most talented carry the heaviest burden. But that's privilege as well, when channeled in the right spaces. And those players have always been a problem for Pirates Chiefs. That's why we don't see them. That's why you would see a Chiefs, a Pirates playing with basic midfielders. They've given one an opportunity in this country. If it fails, this is one club, which is the most ruthless club in the country. There's a reason why Kaizer Chiefs has more fans than the Orlando Pirates. We know the kind of club Orlando Pirates is. From a culture perspective, you will never ever get deep key Orlando Pirates. There's certain things that you will never ever know about the club. There's a reason why we didn't know that he's going to Paris. There's a reason why we didn't know the media that
Abdeslam
Ouaddou is going to Pirates. How Pirates moves is completely different. If this doesn't happen, Nkulego, it's the end of the career for the boy. The boy needs to know that he's so privileged to be given an opportunity by Pirates. This is a door to the national team for the boy. This is the door.
Well, it's actually the easiest door in the country. If you play for Pirates, that's the easiest pathway to the national team.
Nkulego, if the boy doesn't work, and this is my worry with him, and I hope he listens to this, because I was having a conversation with him, but I didn't want to be the guy that always advises. You know, there's with Sipho Mbule, there will always be the guy that advises, this is your last career. For me, I think, Nkulego, personally, if this doesn't work, we've killed again an exceptional talent. You know, because I know.
There was Super Sport United, there was the Olympics team, there was Mamelodi Sundowns, there was Sekhukhune, now there's Orlando Pirates, there's the national team. You see, those different institutions. It's a Zandenzak. I get it. Sometimes we play a role as a country, as the media, as even the fans. We play a role in failing some players. In fact, we fail players every day when we don't profile them from grassroots so that they can be scouted properly.
Yep.
But Lozanga Bamfail, because it's Sundowns, it's Sekhukhune, it's Super Sport United.
Yep.
He goes to the CAF Confederations Cup final against Tupiso Mazembe. He scores in Lubumbashi against Mazembe in the final of the CAF Confederations Cup. That's Super Sport United. It is now Orlando Pirates. It's the national team. Those are different institutions.
Yep.
Surely the common denominator is him. Is him fixing his behavior, is him being available for work all the time.
Nkulego, professionalism. Professionalism from the boy. The boy also consistency, but also Nkulego. The Mbule situation is a very emotional situation because I don't know what's the problem with the boy. I genuinely don't know what the problem is with the boy. His teammates speak about him as this godlike kind of a player. The media treats him. We have given him an opportunity. I've put my head on the block. This entire season, we've been saying Orlando Pirates needs a general. Orlando Pirates needs the kind of midfielder. And he gets an opportunity. I am hoping that the systems in the club as well. And I want to take this to Mqebo Dlamini, who's a very influential person next to the chairman.
Club official.
I need him because
they write him as a club official on Orlando Pirates
for sure.
TV.
For sure, he's an advisor as well as Pumuso Manenze, if I'm correct. Those are the people that are important now at Orlando Pirates because they are saying that the club will never ever bring in or invest so much money in bringing in so many players, expensive players. The club will always invest in local talent, right? For me, it's how they protect that local talent. And how they're going to protect Mbule. Because the biggest thing Mqebo that he says they are very protective of that squad. That is the best squad that Orlando Pirates has had in terms of professionalism, discipline, togetherness. For me, personally, Mbule is coming into that setup. That might help him. If that Orlando Pirates dressing room doesn't help him, then we have a problem. It's a personal problem.
Not him.
Not him.
Us.
He has a personal
He
problem.
has a problem, not
because I'm hoping that the people that are there, the leadership of Orlando Pirates, the teammates that he's playing with, the culture of Orlando Pirates. The only thing, another thing, I'm worried is he's going to get a culture shock. Utemba Zwane is something that he might not get at Mamelodi Sundowns as well. The godlike treatment from the fans, because we don't have that. At Pirates, at Chiefs, if you've played there for the top, there's a reason why Stephen Pienaar never gets that godlike treatment. Upeni, when he came to the country, he was very strategic. He knew that he had to come back and play for the two biggest teams because he knew the godlike treatment and that he would always be in the people's mouth in the media.
Yeah.
Mbule, that's exactly what he's going to get. If everything goes well in Nkulego, I can tell you now, he's going to be regarded as one of those players. Like he can be a Dr. Kumalo. For me, he's as talented as a doctor, but maybe not consistent and not as professional as a
We
doctor.
can't mention them in the same sentence because of what he has not done.
He's not done. You know what I mean?
He's not dragged a national team into winning an African Cup of Nations. He's not dragged the national team into a qualification.
Talent only.
Yeah, just on
Just
talent
on talent.
alone. Let's wrap it up
Yeah.
then. There's so many ways to look at this, but I don't want to drag this video any longer. I was going to ask you about, there's my suspicion that there was a running down of a contract deliberately. The running down of a contract because they always. So if my suspicion is that they bought him for 10 million, Sundowns bought him for 10 million at Supersport, that's a lot of money.
Yeah.
That maybe if you get 3 million back, you're lucky. I think that there was a running down of a contract here, but there's no time for this. Maybe let me wrap it up by asking you if you think he'll be a success at Pirates. One way or another, do you think he'll be a success
I'm
at
putting my
Pirates?
head on the block. I really believe in this boy. I think he's going to be successful. And for me, he has a very good first season. The second season, he wins Football of the Year if everything goes well. For me, second season at Pirates, if everything goes well, a midfielder should be a special player. And for me, he's a special player. The only thing we're looking for is consistency and professionalism. We get those two things right with the boy, we've got a national team player at our hands.
All right, there you go. Thank you very much, Guardiola. Lindo Pep, Lindo Nkosi. There you are then. That's Sipho Mbule joining Orlando Pirates. It's a very good signing for Pirates. That's exactly what they were screaming out for in terms of the position and the midfielder who can pass the ball forward, who can create things for the players up front. Maybe this is a last piece of the puzzle. But then the coach as well is a question because we don't know how good he will be able to assemble that team. So, questions, maybe answers from next season. iDiskiTV, iDiski Times was for splitting. For breaking news, go to iDiskiTimes.co.za.
Shapunjan bafowethu igama lami Lindo Pep, the best analyst in the country. Please don't forget to subscribe to iDiskiTV. Tanko.
This is Bongane Benedict Villagazi, they call me so. Niazi Bafetu, I'm a coach for life. They are back in winning ways. Please, I tell you to subscribe to iDiskiTV.